Hello everybody, I'm Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, so welcome back to another episode of Tactical Masterclass. The Tactics, Road to Glory and Journeyman save all in one go, with our North Green Dunderhead, Nitwit, who is currently wanted by Milan, but we're not leaving, because we're sticking with Cambridge for 10 seasons, because yes, before I get into anything, this was meant to be getting a Premier League, a Champions League and a FA Cup. So top division, top domestic league, top domestic cup and the top continental cup. I'm getting to that point now, on the 7th season, where I'm feeling like I want to leave. It always happens. Whenever I try and do a Road to Glory, or build a nation or something, I always end up messing it up a bit by saying, okay, I'll do one more season, and then I'm like, I get bored because I want to move clubs, and I'm figuring out how to stop that with some rebuilds coming as well, which is just going to be Road to Glories, as well as a Build a Nation, which is going to be a Journeyman Build a Nation, which is going to be very strange. I don't think anyone's done it before, but if you're excited for that, like the video. Either you liking the wrong video. But yeah, if you're excited for this episode, like the video, because I've gone a bit of a rant. Like the video somehow. I've said that 3 times now, I'm stupid. So, subscribe to the channel as well for more FM24 content. So if you're excited about this Journeyman Build a Nation and some rebuilds, Road to Glory things, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for mobile notifications, desktop notifications, push notifications. So yeah, you'll be notified when I upload these videos. I do it myself to some FM content creators, so I never miss an upload for them. Even though I do admit sometimes when you got so many push notifications for some, you don't get notifications for every single upload, even though you said I want to be notified for every single upload. So just make sure you hit every single upload and you check your box, your subscription feed every so often, because I'm trying to upload at least once a day, maybe 5 times a week at the least. So yeah, you can also comment and yeah, check out all my socials down in the description below. But let's get into this episode already, shall we? So last season we defied all expectations. We were expected by the board to not get relegated, or to attempt to avoid relegation, or something like that. And in the end we finished 5th and getting UEFA Champions League football. It was Champions League in the football in the end because of the club coefficients. So we got 5th place, which is just crazy to think Cambridge have gone from League 2 in 2024-25 to Champions League football in 2030 and to 31. That's just how much we've taken it. But yeah, the expectations for this season, with people possibly leaving. So if we go to 2030, Samuel Portugal is retiring, so he'll be leaving. And then people like Ollie Harrison, Emma Sodorn, Thomas Thiago Almas and Marcus Antonio all leaving. Marcus Antonio could have got a contract here permanently because he had agreed a £5.5 million deal if he paid 25 matches. Then he only played 22, so he's not joining us permanently. Paul Evans is also leaving after his loan contract, and in the end they'll be playing in the Championship because Bournemouth got relegated. Yeah, I'm looking to sell. Oh yeah, James Madison's retiring. I'm looking to sell Matt Clark and Jaden Bogle. I think it's about time we let them go. All these players can go as well. I like these 2-star, 3-star current ability, potential ability things. I think they can all leave, like Stuart Ross, Dean Hadley, Eloy can also leave. A lot of players to let go. A lot of players and a lot of players to bring in. But we'll have to figure it out and see how it goes. You might be wondering which tactic we're using. Well, we were using GOYR's tactic once again, this time being Bane for FM24. So the tactical style is Bane, We've got an attacking mentality. In possession, it is very wide. Approach plays pass into space. Focus play down the left and right and play out of defence. Short passing and higher tempo with run out of defence in terms of dribbling. Everything else is left off. When possession has been lost, it's counter press. When possession has been won, it's counter. And distribution is roll it out. With a higher press line of engagement and higher defensive line, we'll trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in. It's got 2 advanced forwards on attack, a central midfielder on attack in midfield, 2 inverted wingers on support in the left and right mid, and no DM on support. In defensive middle slot, of course, DM defensive midfield, it's to be expected from that. 2 wing backs on the left and right, on attack in the left in defence, and 2 ball playing defenders on in defence as well, in the centre of defence at least, and the speed keeper on attack. If I go to roles that I never show you, the advanced forwards have got tackle harder and move into channels. Inverted wingers got take more risks, get further forward, sit narrower and tackle harder. Both of them have. The central attacking midfielder on attacks got take more risks and move into channels and tackle harder. The DM's got take more risks, shoot less often, hold position and tackle harder. The wing backs I've got take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often, stay wider and tackle harder. The ball playing defenders I've got dribble more and tackle harder. And sweeper keepers got tackle harder of all things. So yeah, if we quickly go to our best team, apparently it's Chris Frigg and Diego Jota as our 2 strikers. Going into them later, because I've realised I haven't shown you the transfers because I'm stupid. We've got Samuel Illing and Daniel Guattaro on the 2 wide players. Archie as the midfielder centre and Billy Gilmore as the DM. Then we've got Miyachi, Brunel as the 2 wing backs, Ashley Phillips and Victor Hugo as our 2 centre backs, and Mile Velkovsky, our world class goalkeeper, and that's the goalkeeper. But we have to look at transfers because I've just talked about all that and not shown you the transfers. So going back to the end of last season, we let John May go on to Tonbridge and we sold Tyrese John Jules. I think it was basically time for him to go. We got a big offer, £40 million from Burnley. This was just by saying, ask agent about availability, and it was like worth 50 to 60. We got 50 million in the end, something like that. His price had rose quite high all of a sudden, and because of that, we must get a good profit. But yeah, he did really well. He joined us in League 2. He did well in League 1, he did well in the Championship, he did well average in the first season in the Premier League. Second season in the Premier League he did really well. Third season, not so much. And I thought, yeah, about time he goes. So he's gone on good terms with me. And I can't really... Oh, what nationality has he got? Apparently he could play for Dominica. I highly doubt he will, though. Players that joined at the start, before the start of last season. Ignacio Fernandez joined us from Wrestling Club for 8.5 million. He could be a very good player. Tom Hardy joins us on a free transfer from Liverpool. This was direct football. Brunel joins us from Sao Paulo. I was looking for youngsters who were like quite good in the potential range and in terms of potential ability stars. And yeah, Brunel was one of them, so we played cheap for him from Sao Paulo. Adam Flint, we paid quite over the price really for Millwall. He was worth like 6-7 million, and we ended up paying 12.25 overall if it gets to that March, because other clubs, all the bigger clubs I know was going in for him. And when he left Millwall, he decided to choose Cambridge, which is big to him. Really thank him for that. Samuel Illing joins us as our 33, I think, 33.5 £1 deal from Bournemouth, who were recently relegated. I looked at some of the people. I looked at Bournemouth and their best player, and it was Samuel Illing, and he had a release fee of £33.5 million for relegation, and I just reached it and he joined. So yeah, I knew Bournemouth were expected to be 10th best team in the league last season, and they got relegated in like 19th. So I think we've got a good player here. Federico Casagrande joins us for Milan for 39 million, and Alexander Prass joins us for 90 million from SK Sturm in Austria. He's just going to be a squad player. If he doesn't get any good, or he doesn't get better, or he gets unhappy, we'll just sell him, hopefully for a profit. People released in the end: Sammy Portugal and James Madison retired. Harry Sinclair, Kamara, Trey Van Mulle, Ollie Harrison, Aiden Harris, Eden, North, Parker, Armas, Chris Peake, Thomas Buckley and Lynn Clark all released. Most just youngsters apart from James Madden and Samuel Portugal that were first team players. And then people that left at the end of last season, Maxim Bussy of course left for Fulham, and that was arranged in his loan deal last season, so he's left for just under 14 million. And then we loaned out Jubal Locadina again. It's sad how far he has fallen, but he's playing for Reading now. Danny Jordan, Pedersen, Mancini, Putman and Burton have all been loaned out. I think Max Burton we've been trying to sell. Might not have been him, it was someone else. Dean Hardley was sold to Fulham. The first signing Fulham made this season, because they signed a lot of our players. £3 million to Fulham. He was the player that joined us from Torquay. I think because we loaned him out to Torquay, he didn't reach his potential or something like that. Probably should have kept him at the club and then loaned him out to a Championship or League One club. But in the end, Fulham are paying some money for him, and he's actually a good start for them. Played 4 games and not done too badly, so he's found his match in the Championship. Joe Reed was loaned out. Boots Kit, who joined us the season before and only played 4 games. 2 seasons ago, only played 4 games for us, then was loaned out to Levante. We weren't properly going to sell him, but I think it's like Kajiz could have wanted him, so I offered him out for 30 million, and when he was worth like 20, and yeah, they bit the bullet and he joined them for 30 million, so he's joined Saudi Arabia. Stuart Ross was the next player for joining Fulham, this time for £8 million. Charlie Ward joined Blackburn. They came in for him actually, instead of me trying to sell him like I did Stuart Ross and Dean Hadley. And Charlie Ward actually was wanted by Blackburn at the start, so we've sold him for £1 million. Ramat Lepang was sold for £165,000 to Barnsley. Matt Clark was sold to Nottingham Forest for £6 million. Moffat Jameen was sold for £12 million. I think that's a good deal there. Of course, brought in him a few seasons ago now for £700,000. He ended up going on loan to Werder Bremen in the first season. The second season was on loan at Burnley. With Cagliari, it paid £12 million for him, which I just think is such a good deal. Got a load of big profits, so that is really good. Battersby and McKennie have been loaned out. Eloy was sold to Valencia for £1.2 million. I think it's a good deal, even though if Valencia wanted him, maybe he was a better player than he looked. Bancheri, Kupovic and Charlie Taylor have all been loaned out. Then this one came to me. Matthews and Nascimento, who we of course paid £27 million from Botafogo last season to be a regular starter left striker. He scored 12 in 36 games, which I don't think is good enough for a player of his quality. And then Sheffield United, I always get them mixed up. I'm so sorry for Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday fans. I bet they hate me for that. But yeah, Sheffield United came in for him, 40 million originally. I said, can you rise at 50? Which was about £5 million over his expected estimation. And they accepted, so yeah, he sold for £50 million, which became a record ever sale. Booker was loaned out. Gary McKenzie was another player sold to this time to Bristol City. Walter Mokwena, I didn't want to sell him, but Burnley came for £10 million for him. I just thought it was crazy. After a good season in Cardiff, and yeah, he's gone and joined Premier League side Burnley for £10 million. I don't know why they would spend £10 million on him, but okay. James Lopez, another player, was sold this time to Millwall. Omar El Mamari was sold to Portsmouth, both for £600,000. Gonzalo Velasquez was sold to Hull for £2 million. Horatio Harrow was sold for £6 million to Fulham, another player going to Fulham. The Oldfield, Osborne, Goodwin were loaned out. David Mather, another player going to Fulham for £3 million. Varner was loaned out. Matthew Murphy was another player sold to Fulham. I don't know why they went off for all our players, but they were just going in for them and they were all joining Fulham. Jake Jenkins was loaned out to Scunthorpe. Apollina was sold to Troy for £7 million. I think that's good because we got him on a free transfer, I think. Seaton and Vojas and Butaro loaned out. Augustin Roberto was sold for £17 million to Norwich. Yeah, Direct Football went in for this guy last year and he didn't play a game for us, but selling him for a profit to Norwich is a really good profit and it's a really good transfer dealing because of that big money from going from Argentina to be beat on a bigger contract and going to Premier League. You're bound to get your fee up higher, so yeah, we sold him while we could for a profit. Fraser Pettinger was loaned out to Lecce, I don't know how you pronounce that name. Kota Anita, who of course joined us last season for Kashima Antlers for £3 million. It was at Fleetwood on loan in League 2 last season, and then Sheffield United have offered us £10 million for him, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So they've paid £60 million for our players this season. Laycock, Philip Lentel and Kai Zhenming were loaned out, and then we had players we brought in at the start of the season. Renan joins us from Bournemouth, another player who was relegated, and we got his release fee. Bit of a high release fee, but we still paid it. Diogo Jota, who I noticed was being released, I offered him a contract and he joined Liverpool. Diego Silva joined us, 3.3 million from Nacional. He looks a very good player. Rita Hugo from Internacional, a very, very small release clause, and we just paid it and he joined and he looks amazing. Same thing with Diego Silva. Joe Worrell joins us as a replacement to Matt Clark on a free transfer. He's a squad player, but it'll be like emergency backup in all honesty. Paul Warner joins us on a free transfer. I think he was released by Liverpool or Watford. Yeah, he was released by Liverpool, loan on Watford in League 1 last season, so not a good player, but I thought his potential is high and he could get good, and he's already got a bit better, so I just think he's going to be good. Just as a backup, Ashley Phillips joins from Stuttgart for £67 million. Tomoya Mayachi joins us from Hiroshima for 4.5, and Angel Aparicio joins us from Real Betis for 49.5. So really good players there, and we've spent a load of money, 169 million at the start of the season, and of course about another 100 million in the start of the season beforehand. So yeah, we've spent a load of money, and because we sold a load of money, we could get these players in, and a bit of wage figuring out or wage budget tinkering to get us more money that we could spend, and it was all good. So if we go to results, we won every single pre-season game, and then drew in the opening game against Aston Villa, beat Everton in the second game, Man City we drew, and West Ham we won. Curly takes us to 4th in the league, not doing too badly, and we've been drawn in the Champions League where we've got games against Athletic Club, Marseille, Milan, Borussia Dortmund, Copenhagen, Ajax, Barcelona and Villarreal, so some tough games. More results have happened since last time. So in the FA Cup third round, we beat Luton 6-0, then beat Crystal Palace in the Premier League, beat Athletic Club in the Champions League, Arsenal in the Premier League, Marseille in the Champions League and West Brom in the Premier League, Liverpool in the Premier League as well, and then Milan in the Champions League. Then we beat Man U in the Premier League and West Ham in the fourth round of the EFL Cup, beat Burnley in the Premier League and beat Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. So we went on a crazy winning run in multiple different competitions against multiple tough opposition, and we beat them all. And we played Sheffield United and drew, and then Brighton and lost. We then went to Copenhagen, played at Copenhagen and won 7-3 there, then beat Leicester and Forest, lost to Newcastle, beat Ajax, drew with Brentford, beat Crystal Palace in the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup, which I'm aiming to win this season. I want some everywhere. Can maybe win the FA Cup as well if we get lucky. Chelsea we drew, Wolves and Tottenham we won. Currently takes us to third in the league. Even though we've done amazingly well, Man City and Arsenal have just been that much better. And if Man City win and we lose in the upcoming match, they'll have 46 points and we'll only have 41. It's going to be very hard to catch up to Man City with how good they are. But in terms of players, I'm looking to sell Joe Worrell, who's already got a transfer arranged to go to West Brom, I forgot to say. Jaden Bogle I want to get gone. Sam Sturman I want to get gone. Nuno Tavares I want to get gone. And any others I'm not really sure just yet, as more transfers have happened, as I just said. So people that left, Joe Worrell was sold to West Brom like I just said he was. Michael Bolton was sold to Brighton. Tom Hardy was loaned out to Port Vale. Sam Sturman was sold to Leicester, which I think was a really good offer from them. Lorient signed Matthew Bateman on loan. Jaden Bogle sold to Al Shabab for 30 million. Dincho Bylan, who was a player signed the season beforehand where he had a load of games, but this season he wasn't playing, so he got unhappy. And Real Sociedad came in for 20 million. I was like, that's a profit, I'll sell him. So I sold him. Nuno Tavares was sold to Al Fateh in Saudi Arabia, I think. Bian Cherry was sold to Cardiff. I'm surprised they even got a profit from this guy. 24 years old, never played a game for us. Always been loaned out to League One clubs, but Cardiff have paid £200,000 for him, and I'm really happy with that. House was sold to Borussia Dortmund. He was going to get unhappy if I didn't sell him. I tried to rise it as high as I could, from 30 million to 40 million, and they're like, yeah, I will accept that. And I was like, okay, 40 million, I'll agree with that. 30 million increase almost for the signing, and one we did sign him from PEC as well, PAEC as well. So he played first 2 seasons, but this season he was hardly playing. That's why he wanted to leave, and Borussia Dortmund offered us big money, and I was like, yeah, take it. Now this isn't it's sad. Jubal Akudina was finally sold, this time going to Watford in League One for £900,000. He didn't play much for for them a few seasons ago on loan, but he did have a good season in the Championship with Charlton and half a season doing well with Reading. So obviously, because of that, Watford offered us a big money for him, and we just accepted. Well, it was meant to be 600,000, but I upped it to 900, and they accepted. So yeah. Halilovic has been loaned out to Sam because he wasn't playing enough. Mario Mancini was sold for £90,000 to Swindon, and Nohale Null was sold to Eintracht Frankfurt. They just came in and kept coming in all transfer window, and in the end, there's like £8 million, and you got yourself a deal. They were offering £3 million at the start of the season, at the start of the transfer window, and yeah, getting £8 million for him in the end, really, really good. For this player who's only played 5 games for us all his career, signed for 1.2 million, so I'm really happy with that. And people that joined, so Gaston Sop who was a pre-arranged transfer that I forgot to show you from the summer. Couldn't join us because he was 17 at the time, but he's now turned 18, and yeah, he has come on from Lons for 5 million. He looks really, really good. One of those people, it doesn't say he's called a wonder kid, but he probably is. Emil Smith-Rowe, we signed for £44 million from Barcelona. I think he's a really good player. Benjamin White, sold, was brought in, from Real Madrid. Ian Ablett was brought in from Norwich for £18 million, but look at his potential. I reckon he could be really, really good. Odion Griffin, also another player that could be really, really good, coming in from Middlesbrough. Cameron Archer joins us, £31.5 million from Man City. I reckon he could have been good backup. I know I've accepted to be... Actually, I managed to accept it to be squad player, so that's for a good transfer by me. And then this was director of football, Franz Jon, 72 million. Look how good he is. 4.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential ability. From PSV, 72 million, a bit overpriced for a Dutch side. And I always reckon in Football Manager this year, Dutch players are well overpriced in their league. Well, I reckon they wouldn't go for anything as high as 50 million. Would they in real life? I'm not sure, but I think they would. But yeah, we signed him for 72 million. He's our best player. Him and Velikovic are our best players. And Andre Nana, bit overpriced, £12 million from Man U. Comes in as our backup goalkeeper, and a really good one as well. He was playing regularly for Manchester United, and for him to be the Manchester United's number one, and then us to sign him for 12 million and him being the backup, shows you how good Valkowski is. And the results. So we beat Everton in the league, beat Stoke in the third round of the FA Cup, beat Crystal Palace, lost to Aston Villa, beat Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final first leg, lost to West Ham, then drew against Barcelona, beat West Ham in the FA Cup fourth round, and drew against Villarreal in the Champions League. I think we topped our group. Actually, I don't know, it's not topped. We finished second in our group, as in the league phase. I'm getting that mixed up because of how it's changed. We're only 1 point behind eventual first team in the league phase, Inter, so we didn't really do too badly there for our first ever season in the Champions League, and we were one of the only teams to be undefeated, which was really good to see. And then recently we just played Arsenal and won 4-0. That takes us to second in the league, 8 points behind Man City. I think it's going to quite take a miracle to beat Man City now. But yeah, we are a brilliant team. And if we go to season previews, something I noticed is now we're fourth best team in the league, which is just crazy. Shows how much we've progressed as Cambridge. And this is what I want to do. I want to leave Cambridge at 10 years as the best team in England, and then maybe join another team in England lower down and try and beat them off the perch. We'll have to figure it out. As I just had a bit of a mess up with OBS, as well as a dog waking up and wanting a load of attention. But yeah, OBS crashed. Thankfully, I think everything from you've just seen is okay. I've checked and it seems okay, because I have a thing where even though it crashes, it will still save your files, because it's like an MKV, which is the best file to have when creating these sort of stuff. And then of course Shadow's woken up and now he's wanting a load of attention and wanting to jump up and cuddle with me, which I'm afraid you can't do, mate. Yeah, try and tell the 13-year-old dog what to do. You can't tell him. He's his boss. He's the boss. But yeah, enough of that. The season has ended. You might have noticed where we've finished, because I forgot to take it off that screen. But since last time, which was the 4-0 victory against Arsenal, we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final for second leg, so we got through to the final. Beat West Brom, lost to Man City, which basically sealed the title there. Liverpool we won, and then beat Chelsea in the FA Cup first final. So we won our first ever major trophy, or at least secondary major trophy for Cambridge. Brighton, we won the FA Cup 5th round against them. Burnley won the Premier League. We beat Villarreal in the first leg of the round of 16. Sheffield United we drew. Villarreal we won again in the second leg, so ended up winning 7-1 in aggregate there. Then we beat Man City on penalties in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Beat Brighton and beat Man U and Leicester. Lost to PSG in the quarterfinal of the first leg, 4-2. Then beat Forest 5-0 in the Premier League, but then beat PSG 5-1 in the second leg away from home at the Parc des Princes, which is just crazy. I bet they were absolutely furious of PSG fans. Then beat Arsenal in the semi-final of the FA Cup, drew against Newcastle, lost to Barcelona, Brentford then beat Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League, drew against Chelsea in the Premier League, beat Real Madrid in the second leg of the Champions League, got us to the final against Chelsea, beat Wolves, beat Tottenham in the last two games of the season in the Premier League, then beat Brentford in the FA Cup final to get our second trophy of the year, and then when we could have got the third, we lost on penalties to Chelsea. Yeah, unfortunately Smith Rowe and Illing missed our penalties, while Iredale, James, Curtis James, Reece James and Ben Chilwell scored. Luke Iredale looks like such a good player. I'm aiming to get him one of these days. I don't know when it will be, but one of these days I'm going to pay £150 million for him, because he looks so good. As a fringe player, he looks just so good. Yeah, in the end, we of course finished runners up in the Champions League, won the Emirates FA Cup, won the Carabao Cup, and in the end finished second in the Premier League. 8 points, 13 off champions Man City. Man City were just in their own league, and it's going to take very hard. It's going to be very hard to beat them off their perch for the remainder of 3 seasons after this. We look at transfers currently going. Fraser Pettinger's agreed to deal with Lec after going out on loan to them. He had a fee agreed if he played 10 matches. He's obviously played 10 matches, so he's gone over to them. I think it's big money as well, like 26 million, crazy amount. But I think Lec have got a tycoon takeover, so they can just splash all the money as they want. But yeah, if we go to the players and sort by average rating, Adam Flint was our best player, scoring 28 goals and 13 assists and 40 starts. He's 5-star current ability, and he's worth nearly 100 million. Aronson is another good player, but he was only off the bench. I reckon he's going next season. Diego Jota also quite good. I want to keep him around. Casanangre was really good. Watara, brilliant. Sok did well when he played. Billy Gilmore did well when he was played, though he was injured for quite a while. Ashley Phillips was decent. Brunel was brilliant with assists. So was Chris Rigg with 20 goals and 15 assists. Angelo Pacicio was good. Samuel Elling was good with 20 assists. Diego Silva was good from defence. Otto Gray did well. Fernandez did well, and so did Emil Smith-Rowe. Emil Smith-Rowe surprised me, honestly. And Tomoya Miyachi did well as well. And then Franz de Jong did well at 7 rating, even though it's not the same 7 in green. I don't know why it does that. I think 7 in green, 7.00 should be in green. Actually, that's not in green. That's not in green, and yet Tomoya Miyachi had 7.0, and that's in green. I don't understand it. Yeah, really, really good season. Hopefully, we can carry on next season. Get maybe less players in, or youngsters in that could get homegrown or whatever, and get really, really good, and just sell some of the dead weight. Looking at Brandon Harrison, he's done really well with us, but his time's up, to be honest. And maybe some other people like Paul Wanner could be gone. Renan can even be sold, even though he played quite a few games. Prass can most definitely be sold. Benjamin White maybe be sold, I'm not sure. Abasali will probably be loaned out because I think he can reach his potential and get even better at 22. Cameron Archer, probably want to sell him. And Rafi David, probably try and loan him out next season as well, because he didn't play one game for us. But yeah, if you're excited for next season and you're happy with what happened this season, I reckon you'll be happy unless you're a Peterborough fan. Like the video, and if you're looking forward to the next episode, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, whether you're someone who's just subscribed or someone who's already subscribed and hasn't already. Hit the bell, hit mobile notifications, get push notifications or desktop notifications, all that stuff. Get it all by clicking the bell and making sure it's all it goes to all notifications, not personalized, not none, all notifications. Anyway, and yeah, comment and check out all the socials down in the description below, as well as checking out the tactic. It's by GYR. You'll see his link in the description below, as well as the link to the tactic. It takes you to FM Scout. You basically click download, then you click load, and GYR Bane should be there. Should be that logo. You click load and it's loaded, and that's how you do it. So yeah, I've been Matthew, us and SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.